Hello everybody, welcome back to Grounded Conversation. For those who don't know, I'm Liv. Today we're talking about something a little bit different, because today's episode is going to be a little bit like a therapy session, and a little bit like relationship advice, and a bit like a pep talk that some of you might know you needed, but I know it would definitely have helped me a couple of years ago, and even me now in some circumstances. Today we're talking about a toxic relationship that a lot of us don't realise we're in, and that is a relationship with people pleasing. And I know for me, especially from such a young age, and I look back at when I was like in year 7 or year 8, and for those who aren't from the UK, that's when you're about 11 and 12, I believe. It's like when Harry Potter first goes to Hogwarts age, for those who don't know. But I would just people please to the point I'd be following my friends around and just agreeing to carry their bags and agreeing to everything they'd say. And instead of listening to what I wanted to do and what was best for me, I would just agree to everything that my so-called friends would want me to do. And I'd just nod along and be like, yeah, that sounds good with me, even if it was the complete opposite of what I wanted to do. And I'm a lot better now, so I realise actually, well, I do realise my friends weren't very good people, but that's a different conversation. But I realise I'm not doing what's best for me, and it's so important to do what is best for you and what works and what you want to do, rather than doing other people and pleasing other people, because you don't get a lot out of it. And people pleasing isn't just a harmless habit. It's so exhausting, and it drains you and your self-worth, and it keeps you from actually living your life and living how you want to live. So today we're going to talk about what people pleasing really is, how we get stuck in it, and most importantly, how to walk away without feeling like the bad guy. Today we are breaking up with people pleasing. We are blocking it, leaving it behind in the past, and not turning back ever again. In plain terms, people pleasing is when you're consistently putting other people's feelings and needs before yourself. It's putting other people's comfort before your own, and often it can be at the expense of your own time, energy, and mental health. People pleasing can be saying yes when your soul is saying no, and when your soul is literally screaming at you to not do it. So think of people pleasing kind of as like the clingy ex-boyfriend that you're trying to get rid of, who needs constant validation and is always clinging to you and makes you feel guilty when you try and do things for yourself, which is the complete opposite of what we want, because we don't want that clingy person to be in our lives. No, we want to get rid of it and block it and send its things back and get it completely out of our lives. It's going to be gone. So what are some signs that you are people pleasing? Because sometimes you don't realise you're actually doing it. So these are some signs that you're in a relationship with people pleasing. Number 1, you can't say no without feeling guilty, to the point if people ask you to do things, even if you don't want to do it, you can't say no without feeling bad. And you also apologise for things. Number 2, you also apologise for things that aren't your fault. You say sorry and feel like you need to make other people feel better and other people feel at ease, rather than what you actually need. 3, you feel responsible for fixing other people's problems and fixing other people's moods. You feel kind of responsible and put it on yourself when your friends or family or whoever is feeling unhappy, and you go out of your way to change it, or you think, oh, I shouldn't act a certain way because that will upset them, or I shouldn't do the thing that I enjoy because they don't like it. And so you start people pleasing just to keep other people happy, which is what you also a big no. Number 4, you avoid conflict, even if it's only small things. You avoid just bringing up any kind of, just anything that brings confrontation. Just avoid it completely. And instead of having difficult conversations of like, oh, you upset me today, because you just don't want any confrontation, you're trying to keep everybody happy and just trying to avoid it at all costs. And number 5, you constantly put yourself last, which I feel like a lot of people do, and especially in certain mindsets where like giving to others is such a big thing, whereas actually you still need to put yourself first, because you can't pour from an empty cup. I spoke a lot about last episode, so I completely recommend going back to watch the episode before this, because these two both go hand in hand. But take a second to think, when's the last time you agreed to something you really didn't want to do, and why didn't you say no, where you said yes to something you didn't want to do? And why did you say yes? Was it excitement or fear? So you're probably wondering as well, why do we people please? Because it's something a lot of people deal with. And I think it's because there's a lot of reasons that we do people please. So a big reason for you or somebody else could be people pleasing is upbringing. Especially because I feel, whether it's in school or at home or anywhere, when you go up in your praise as being good or behaving well or always being quiet and behaving when in class, which is big one for me. You get praised for being good, easygoing, helpful, all these things that the love and approval of being called all that and complimented and being appreciated might have felt conditional. And So being loved and feeling approval you might have grown up and without even realising it, feeling that love and approval is conditional only to you when you're being good or when you're being helpful or when you're behaving a certain way, or especially like I always used to get feedback in class. Olivia's a perfect child. She always used to sit in class and she's really quiet. She's lovely. She's a lovely kid, and it's just like, oh, okay, I need to be quiet, then I'll get told I'm great again. If that makes sense. Part of that was kind of my confidence though, because I didn't really want to ask for help, but that's a different story. I think kind of just from an upbringing sense, when you're always told that doing certain things equals approval equals love, you kind of start people pleasing because you realise in your head, oh, I need to act this way to get love, whereas actually that's not the case. And another reason why we get into a relationship with people pleasing is because of fear-based drivers. So for instance, fear of rejection. So if I say no, they won't like me, because that can come from anywhere. But having a fear of being like, oh, if I say no to somebody, they won't like me, or if I go and ask somebody this, they'll reject me, they'll say no to me. So fear of rejection is a big reason why people please. And also fear of conflict, as I mentioned before, because it's easier to just go along with it. Isn't always true. I think it's so important to have difficult conversations and to bring them up. But it can be such a big people pleasing thing to think, if I just go along with what they want me to do, they'll leave me alone. I'll be fine. Everybody will be happy. It's all good. And also a fear of being seen as selfish or difficult. Especially, this can kind of link back to the upbringing one or just other things as well. If you were raised in an environment where acting or saying certain things had a negative impact and you were told you were being difficult or it just wasn't received in a good way, subconsciously might have started behaving in a way that's people pleasing because you just kind of got wired that way and were raised that way. And I feel like a fear of being seen come from a lot of places, especially with social media and stuff at the moment and cancel culture and stuff like that. Putting yourself out there and being yourself and not doing what the trends say and not doing what's expected can be scary because it's hard to be seen as different because it can not always be taken the right way. And also, another reason for why we get into a relationship with people pleasing is a trauma bond. So, for instance, in unstable homes or environments, you might have learnt to keep the peace as a survival skill. So, for instance, reading people's moods and adjusting how you behave and how you act in accordance to how other people in your environment and who you're around, or even your friends are acting, and you kind of adjust yourself to avoid trouble, disciplines, and avoid any tensional conflict because it's just the easiest thing to do. And because obviously nobody really likes conflict, and so I think, especially if you're in a situation that can be quite traumatic or it is unstable, or if you are in an unstable home environment, it can be so easy to be like, oh, if I adjust myself and act a certain way, then everybody will be happy, I won't get disciplined, I won't be told off, it'll all be fine. And another reason for why you might be in a relationship with people pleasing can also be cultural and societal pressure, well, social pressure. Because in some cultures, self-sacrifice is celebrated, especially for women. Saying no can almost be shameful. And I'm not going to go into any of this stuff because if that's your culture, if that's how you see life is, fair enough. And I don't really want to speak on that without doing research about everything because it's not how I was raised. But I do think even societal pressure, it can be celebrated when you're sacrificing yourself, and it can be celebrated when you're going out of your way to help people, and people don't realise that you helping people and giving to people actually takes away from what you give to yourself. And like any unhealthy relationship, people pleasing often starts because it feels safe and rewarding, but over time it stops serving you and it starts taking from you instead. So over time, instead of getting the initial validation and being like, oh, I'm helping people, I feel great, or avoid the conflict, everybody's happy, over time you actually start to lose yourself and lose your identity, and it doesn't feel the best. Why do we need to break up with people pleasing? First of all, burnout, which is a massive thing, but constantly giving to others or other things without replenishing yourself can put you in a state of physical and emotional exhaustion, and it impacts your ability to function. This isn't anything little. If you're giving so much with other people and pleasing other people and giving a lot of yourself to keep other people happy and to keep other people at ease, you lose yourself. Not even just like a little bit, like you can be physically and mentally and emotionally completely exhausted to the point you can't function. Like burnout, I know it kind of gets tossed around a lot, but you can honestly if you people please to the point where it's too much, you reach a point where like you're completely exhausted and can't do anything else. And carrying on from that, people pleasing can also lead to resentment, because you'll feel unappreciated and bitter towards people, especially when it feels like you're giving a lot to other people or other things and you're not getting it back. Because you deserve to pour into yourself as well, and to love yourself and to be there for yourself and help yourself. And I know it's so easy, because especially when you have so many great friends or relationships that you want to give to, but you need to build a relationship with yourself as well. It's so important, because when you don't give to yourself, and when you don't build yourself up or support yourself, you actually bring yourself down, and you actually, without even realizing, you start to resent yourself because you lose yourself. And so people pleasing can also lead to a loss of identity, and you can forget your own likes and dislikes and priorities because you just copy other people. I know I struggled with this a lot myself when I was younger, because I used to realise, oh, actually, if I like the same things as other people, they like me more, they want to be my friend more. So people would say, oh, my favourite colour is this, and I'm like, oh, that's my favourite colour too, or my favourite movie is this, and I'm like, oh, that's, and then I'd be like, oh yeah, like, that's one of my favourite movies too. Like, I'd just start agreeing with what other people say. So I used to just say my favourite movie was my best friend's favourite movie as well. And I didn't actually have my own. I still don't have my own, because I need to watch more movies. So if anybody has any recommendations, leave them in the comments below, please. But no, I do think it's so important to have to pour into yourself and to build the relationship with yourself so you don't lose yourself. Because do you feel like you? And are you having fun? Are you having fun in your life? And do you feel like you're living your life? And are you the main character of your life? And also, people pleasing can lead to unhealthy dynamics, because when you're not pouring into yourself, when you're not giving enough to yourself, you start to attract people that take from you. Because if you're taking from yourself, it's so much easier for other people to take from you as well. Because if you're not treating yourself how you want to be treated, and uplifting yourself and treating yourself like the bad bitch boss energy you are, like, how do you expect other people to? If you're not uplifting yourself and not supporting yourself and not giving yourself what you need to give, other people are just going to take it as well. They're just like, oh, she can't even give it to herself, I'm going to take it as well. So honestly, it will lead to unhealthy dynamics, not even with just yourself, with other people. And we don't want bad vibes. So give good vibes to yourself, and everything, and good vibes will come back to you, trust me. And also, carrying on from that, it leads to low self-worth, because believing that your worth is tied to being useful or agreeable or likeable, you forget where your worth comes from. And I know for me, something I'm working on at the moment is tying my worth to God rather than to the world and to myself, which is a bit of a different topic. But I think it's so important to not find your self-worth in being likeable, because that's not where it comes from. You don't have to do anything to be worthy, because you're worthy of a lot more than you think, and you should treat yourself that way. And if you keep people pleasing, you're essentially choosing to be the supporting character in your own story, because you're not acting like the main character and you're not doing main character shit. And you deserve to be the main character. And you're the main character in your own story, so start acting like it. Start acting like the author of your story, like the main character, and start writing what happens. Not even writing, just start getting up in the morning and be like, this is my life, this is my world. What do I want to do today? I'm going to go out and do it. And just live your life, because nobody's going to do it for you. And if you're sat scrolling on social media, that's not going to do it for you. Get up and live your life. Like, you're the main character. Go out and act like it, because nobody else is. There's no point people pleasing to people that aren't going to do it for you. So the big question is, which you all probably want to answer, is how the fuck do we break up with people pleasing then? So I'll split it into 7 steps. I've got them written down, so you're all prepared. So 7 steps to break up with people pleasing. Step number 1, realise you deserve better. This is very important, but people pleasing doesn't equal kindness. It's fear wearing a smile. So you don't have to pretend, like, put a fake smile on and people pleased to get people to like you and to think you're being nice, because it's not actually. Be kind to yourself first, girl. But kindness isn't people pleasing. And I feel like a lot of people can think that. And your worth doesn't come from being agreeable or likeable. And you can be kind without people pleasing. So don't worry about hurting people's feelings, because you can say, no, I don't want to do that today. Maybe we can replan it. Or no, sorry, I can't. You can be kind and be nice to people without people pleasing and without taking from yourself. Because life's too short if you're not happy. Life's too short if you're not living the life you want to live. So step number 1, realise you deserve better and act like it. Even if you decide I'm going to buy myself flowers this week, which is a big thing, but honestly, go out and buy yourself flowers. Just feel how, just to see how nice it is. I really recommend buy yourself the fucking flowers. Like, come on. Step number 2, create space. So distance yourself from people pleasing. Block it everywhere. Get it gone. Out of your life, gone forever. So step number 2, create space. Don't answer immediately. Say, let me get back to you, let me have a think, let me see if I'm free. Because space helps you choose without settling. If you say to yourself, actually, you just asked if I want to go out today, I don't know if I do, let me have a think for a minute, then I'll get back to you. And you'll get a lot more from that than just be like, yeah, I'm free, because you might not want to do that. You might not want to do what's been asked of you. So have a think, be like, do I want to do this? And if the answer is no, then say, no, sorry. But give yourself space to think. So that's step number 2. Step number 3, set breakup boundaries. So just like not texting your ex, resist going back to people pleasing. So practice boundaries first in like smaller safe spaces and smaller situations before big ones. But just to do it in smaller safe spaces, because I know for a while that my best friend, and hopefully your best friend is as well, because otherwise get a new one. Just be like, actually, or be like, I can call for like 10 minutes, but then I have to go to sleep, or I can't tonight, maybe tomorrow. And just set boundaries. Just say, actually, I can call, but only up until 10 o'clock, or only until this time, or I can only go out on a Saturday because I have like other stuff to do in the week. That's important to me. Step number 3, set breakup boundaries. Step number 4, reframe selfishness. So you're not ghosting people, you're protecting your peace. Putting yourself first means you can show up a lot better than when you're not, because you're putting more into yourself, because you can't pour from an empty cup, which was such a big topic of last episode. So go back to that. As I said before, go back to that, really recommend. But putting yourself first means you're showing up properly. It means you're showing up with the people that mean a lot to you. Showing up for yourself, showing up for your dreams, for your goals, for your dream life. Think at the moment, something I saw earlier was, if somebody is following you around for a week, do they think you're serious about yourself and your dreams? So if you had a person following you around for a week and they saw exactly how you're acting now, are they going to think, why the fuck is she doing what that other girl wants her to do? Or are they going to think, yes, that's a badass bitch, main character energy, doing what she wants to do for her life? Think about that. Think, what's the answer? Because you probably won't like it. I'll be honest with myself, because I want to start releasing music, which is a big topic for me, and I'm not being as serious about that as I should be. So I realised, actually, let me change that. Let me delete TikTok again so I can get on this and live out my dreams, because who else is going to? Nobody, because it's not their life, it's my life. So I should act like it. So reframe selfishness, because you're not being selfish, you're putting yourself first because it's your life. As I said before, putting yourself first means you can show up properly for other people. Step number 5, expect it to be awkward at first. It's not going to be easy straight away. You're going to have a bit of an awkward phase. And some people might push back. Some people might be like, what's her problem? Or, that's weird. She always usually says yes. But discomfort is a part of growth. Remind yourself it's temporary. It's just like little growing pains. You're going to get past it. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. You're going to find a new life, a new person that doesn't have people pleasing in it, because people pleasing is gone and blocked and done. So step number 5, expect it to be awkward at first, but it's fine. You'll move past it. Step 6, self-validate. So give yourself the praise and approval you usually seek from others. So examples, like something I really recommend, which people think is stupid. Say affirmation to yourself, which I know people go on about a lot. But even just like, I'm proud of myself, I'm amazing, it's okay to put myself first, I'm great. I know it's hard because it's a bit awkward to compliment yourself, especially when you're not used to it. But honestly, once you get there and once you get that relationship with yourself, there's no going back. Like, I like to do it when I'm cleaning my teeth. I look at myself in the mirror and I go like, in my head, because obviously I can't talk when the toothbrush is in my mouth. So I go, I'm amazing, I'm loved, I'm light, I'm proud of myself, I'm great, I'm good. And it does wonders. So self-validate. Get yourself little presents, get yourself little treats. Like, treat yourself how you want other people to treat you as well. Like, if you want other people to like you, then go out and like yourself, because I guarantee people pleasing isn't doing it. So let's get it gone. Not today. And step number 7, it's not you, it's me phrases. So for instance, if there's something you don't want to do, say things like, thanks for thinking of me, but I can't commit myself for that as of yet. Or, that doesn't work for me at the moment, but I appreciate you asking. Or, I need to focus on my priorities right now. Just switch it. It's okay to blame yourself, because it's your life. Being the main character, it's your life. Do what is best for you. And so this week, I'm waiting to go on a little mini breakup challenge. So this means saying no to one thing, just once. All I'm asking for, just Just say no to one thing that you usually don't say no to, and then use that time for something that you want to do and something that makes you happy, and then take notice of how that makes you feel. Just say no to one thing this week that you don't want to do, and then even if it is like social media, delete social media for like an hour, and then go do. For me, I might do that. I might, let's say tomorrow morning, I'm going to get up early, say no to lying in bed, because as much as I love my little cat and our little cuddles in the morning, I'm going to get up early and write a song, okay? Like pinky promise. Let's pinky promise, guys. There we go. Pinky promise that we're going to say no to something this week, whether it's a person, our alarm clock, for me it's my cat, and do something that you want to do. So for me that's going to be writing a song, but think about something that you want to do and something that you're working towards, and do that, and notice how it makes you feel, and just notice the relief that comes with it. So let's do a little recap. So people pleasing is a one-sided relationship that we don't want to be a part of. We want to mute it on all socials, break up with it, get it gone. And people pleasing starts from conditioning, but it costs our energy and time and identity. So it's something we don't want in our life. And boundaries, self-awareness, self-validation, and other things like that are the tools we need to break up with it. So self-validate, create boundaries, be self-aware, and get it out of our life, return the hoodie, get it gone. Also, breaking up with people pleasing does take practice. So you might start to go back into old patterns sometimes, and you might repeat things, but that's okay. Just keep choosing yourself, even if it's just a little moment a day. Choose yourself over other people or something you don't want to do. The people that truly care about you will still love you with or without your constant yeses, and with or without your constant pleasing. And also, would you rather people like you for yourself and your identity and find your true proper friends who you also like, than you changing yourself just to get people to like you? So I promise somebody will like the real you. I promise. And if you don't believe so, message me and tell me what you think they won't like about you. And I promise, it's probably one of the coolest things about you. And if this breakup pep talk was something that you felt like you needed, or you feel like one of your friends might need, share it with a friend who you feel like is also ready to delete people pleasing from their life. And remember, you are worth a lot more than you think, and you are worth a lot more than being a background character in somebody else's story, because you're the main event. So I hope you guys found this helpful. Remember, we're getting people pleasing out of our lives, blocking it away forever. So I'll see you all next time. Remember, do one thing for yourself this week, whatever it is, but you're the main character, you're the main event. Remember that. And I will see all you lovely people next week. See you next time.